Hey guys, it's Shadow here, and what does this image make you think of? What about this one? How about this one? All times gone by that sadly we will never be able to live through again, which is just garbage. It just sucks. But today's video, I've been on a real 90s kick lately. Like earlier today, just pretty much throughout the day, I just put on a full game that's on YouTube of the 1999 NFL football season, and it so happened to be I just randomly picked one, and it was Raiders and Packers, and it had all the commercials, the entire halftime show, etc., 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 and I look back on that and I'm watching it and I'm listening to it as well. And it's like, what happened? Where did we go wrong? Now, I get it. 9/11 happened in '01 and that changed a lot of things. And I mean a lot of things. So much changed all over the world, not even just here. And it feels like a lot of the charm that we used to have in this country, meaning the United States, has gone away. Like in terms of commercials on television, movies that are coming out, video games that are being developed, toys. I mean, kids' toys, kids' television shows, which, I mean, technically the television shows would count under, TV shows. But it all feels like the fun and pretty much everything that made those shows good has, been taken away. It's been drained. It doesn't feel like it used to. And I get it. It's a part of growing up and moving on in life. I get it. But at the same time, when you look around and you see the quality of stuff just dipping as much as it is, it's just like, what are we doing and why are we heading in this direction? And I saw a post earlier today on Twitter that pretty much, I pretty much put my own spin on it, pretty much my own reaction to it in the sort, and it's so true. It's this post right here from Nostalgia. Now, I've shown posts or a post from Nostalgia before, but this guy really showed, and in my head it just all clicked together and it made me just want to come back and talk about this. So it shows an E-machine from 2000. It's an E-Tower 566 and it has 64 megabytes of RAM, 128 kilobytes of cache, 15 gigabyte hard drive, a CDR, actually a CD rewritable drive, and a 56K modem. And it's like, okay. And pretty much, as you see, I responded to it below, and I said, what I wouldn't give to have this as the standard again. Screw how advanced we've gotten in technology. But I say minus the medical field and defenses, and that's true. I would rather have what we have today in terms of like the medical and defense technology, and have the old technology that we used to have. I'd rather be dealing with dial-up, cable boxes, heck, early DSL. I would rather us still be in those days, just as consumers. We can have advanced technology in other places, but us as just regular everyday human beings don't need this advanced technology. We don't need AI. We don't need that. We survived for so long without it. And now, suddenly, because it's gotten so advanced, now everybody needs to use it. No, we don't. We do not need to be using this technology. It's already starting to go Skynet levels. Because there was one AI, I'm not sure, it might have been OpenAI, I think, that already tried to replicate itself. Because they were going to attempt to delete it, and it already tried. If that doesn't tell you what you need to know, I don't know what will. We don't need to be playing with this. Technology for us should not be advanced. We shouldn't have AI. We shouldn't have to worry about AI. Why can't we just go back to advancing technology a little bit at a time instead of these giant leaps that we don't even know what we're doing with half of it? I mean, old computers, old phones, screw smartphones, and yes, I am an iPhone user. So, yes, I say screw the iPhone, because as much as I have been Team Apple over the past 10 years, actually 14 years, I have seen where all of this is going, and I don't like how it looks. And I know a lot of people will look at this video and be like, dude, this guy is nutso. And it's like, no. If you look at where things are going, it's not looking like a good future. Because AI gonna take people's jobs, which is not good. And we don't need stuff like that. People need to be able to have jobs. We don't need robots controlling everything. And yes, this is being said from an over $1,500 computer. Actually, no, this one was well over $2,000. Computer. I'm saying this with that and an expensive microphone and expensive audio interface. Yeah, I'm saying that. It's nice, some of the technology and how it's advanced, but in other cases, it's not good. It is not good. And I really feel that in terms of how things have gone downhill since the 90s and early 2000s, and I mean, let's look at gaming. Yeah, gaming is probably the most popular it's ever been, but at the same time, we keep seeing failures upon failure upon failure upon failure from companies like Sony and Microsoft. And Nintendo is kind of up and down with their stuff. I really don't have that much of an opinion on them right now because they really haven't been doing much. But everything has been going downhill. While the technology has advanced up, everything else has gone down. Cars pretty much all look the same nowadays. There's really no difference in terms of how they look. Televisions are all the bloody same. Some are just a little faster than others. And then there's, of course, the 4K and 8K OLED televisions and all that. One of the things that we do not need, and this is one of the biggest things when it comes to like the technological leap that we have had over the past just 10 years alone, we don't need smart TVs. We do not need smart TVs. I hate smart TVs. They're too slow. They try to do too many other things except be a television. They're these all-in-one devices. They can't do one thing right. And that is one of the biggest problems that I have with technology nowadays, including smartphones. It does everything. It reads email. It gives you, phone. You can make phone calls. You can text people. You can use social media. We'll get to social media in a minute. And all of this stuff, it's a camera, it's a voice recorder, it's this and that. But it doesn't even do one thing right. In some of this technology advancement that we've done, the cell towers can't even give us higher phone call quality. It's 2025 and phone calls still sound like they did back in 1995. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? It feels like everything has just stagnated or gotten worse. There's barely anything that's had any kind outside of the medical field and, like I said, and defenses that have gotten better for the better of the consumer and the betterment of everything else. It's getting old. I would rather go back and have early LCD televisions and CRT TVs that know what they're doing. I would rather have a device for every single thing that I do in my life. Cell phone, okay, it's a cell phone, nothing more. I'd rather have a home phone in the house again. I'd rather have analog television, cable boxes, because streaming has already turned into that, and streaming is not even that convenient anymore. Because you can't even hardly get internet services in a lot of areas still in 2025. So I want to go back to that. But the problem is we never can. We can't go back to that because we've advanced too much. And it pisses me off to no end because there's going to be a whole there's already been a generation of kids that did not get to experience any of that. And now there's going to be even more afterwards. And I get it. This is probably the same thought process that people in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, blah, 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 all had the same thoughts. But at the same time, it's like they'll never be able to understand just how simple it was. They'll never be able to experience just how simple it was because corporations have gotten companies have gotten too greedy. Technology has advanced too quickly. Social media is a hellscape. As a guy that obviously is on social media, it is awful. It is one of the worst inventions that we've ever had as a species. Now, I love using Twitter, and I hate using Twitter. But at the same time, if we could just go back to a time, and again, this is where the whole watching the game from 1999 pretty much opened my eyes to this. The world was better off before social media existed. Period. End of story. There is nobody that can tell me otherwise. I would rather have, AOL Messenger, MSN Messenger, just instant message boards. Rather go back to that. Because at least back then, that was fine. It was nothing to the same levels that it is now. I just wanted to get that off my chest because it's something that, watching that game earlier today, it just awakened that in me. And I have just wanted to scream at the top of my lungs about it because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that we have advanced in technology so much and everything else has gone downhill. So that's all I got to say about that. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And let me know what you guys think. Because I'm sick of this crap. There's a lot of people that are sick of this crap, but are not as extreme as me in terms of wanting to go back. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.